today's modern world of social media, influencers are tasked with the job of promoting products and brands to their audiences to gain shares, likes, and monetary watch time. As the most prominent communication and information sharing platform, social media greatly influences the diet culture, sometimes sharing unrealistic weight loss expectations.
In the morning. So social media, it is intended to be a positive online outlet, but there are many studies that are showing it can have a negative effect, especially for teenage girls.
So social media is definitely a factor. We see them comparing a lot to these manicured images of
and they're
women.
not even real.
And they're not even real.
It's a stigma to have an eating disorder in my community. One of my cousins made the statement, Black people don't have eating disorders. That's a white person disease. We know how to eat.
You know, and I read that 40% of users are saying that Instagram makes them feel less attractive. And I don't know about you, but 40%, I'd say every girl or woman that I've spoken to never comes away from Instagram saying that they feel better about how they look. And I think that's just because how can we possibly compare ourselves in our sweatpants on our sofas with somebody's reel where they're, you know, filtered up and have their best clothes on and they just look great.
When I was 16, I found out I had body dysmorphia. And from there, there's really not treatment for that. It's really just a mental state for how you can make sure that you're not doing any more bodily harm or any issues when it comes to that. And then during COVID, I was diagnosed with acute anorexia, just from the stress of just getting through the days of not eating. And yeah. Body dysmorphia is never gonna go away for me, and I feel like a little bit with anorexia too, because there are mental disorders a lot of people don't realize about eating disorders. They're also another one of those mental health issues and problems. So it's still a mental thing while it also physically affects your body. But I really haven't had that many personal issues besides like sometimes like with social media. It's hard not to because we live in a media-based world. I limit my media consumption anyways, being a mass comm student, just besides like out of news outlets, because I know I can really get sucked in based off of just creative activities. But when I'm on there, sometimes it's very easy to compare yourself to other women, especially women who already have like enhancements or like ideal body shapes. So that sometimes it makes me look at my body in a different way, even though I am progressing and gaining weight from the weight I've lost from my anorexia. But I still know that like if I like keep the same mindset of like if we gain and keep working out, I'll be fine. But I do have my moments.
I do feel like social media is if not one of the most impactful, in this day and time, impactful influences on body image, because you see it, and you have all kind of apps now, technology that allows you to change your skin tone, your texture of your skin. I know an older adult who said that she'll never take a picture and post it on social media if she can't use a filter, and that is social media driven for sure.
What I will say is they use social media as an outlet to be bad, which I will understand that, because some social media does perceive that being this type of way or looking this type of way is a problem. But at the same time, if you follow certain people, they will also tell you and teach you a different guide on how to lose weight. Because I follow a lot of people on TikTok and they have like their whole workout plan going out for the rest of the week, what they eat, their meal preps and all this type of stuff that I follow. I think it works for me, so I just feel like, be careful who you follow, and be more mindful that social media does have that peer pressure influence.
I kind of scroll past. I scroll past only because it's like I know what works for me, and then me being a woman who like my weight fluctuates. So like at 1 minute it's like it's going down, the next minute it's going up, it's going down, and that's only because of my thyroid problems. So I feel like once I find my niche, I'll be perfectly fine. But realistically, like I said earlier, seeing what works for other people, it can become like a thing where I'll try, and then it'll be like, okay, it's not working for me. You see what I'm saying? So it's like I have to be realistic with myself. Like, what works for me Mr. Avocado Toast and 1 Rice Krispie Treat work for me, and that makes I need to get water. But yeah.
Hey y'all, my name is Maya Morris. I am the owner of Split Rebel Yoga Studio, the first Black-owned yoga studio in Central Mississippi. I'm a Lululemon ambassador. I am the founder of the Protect Your Peace Foundation. I am the creator of PYP Fest, and I am also a holistic doula.
You get on social media and you see this content from these influencers and it's like, okay, I aspire to look like that, or I want to look like that, but I feel like they're not showing their full journey. I feel like they're not showing the full journey, so you don't get to see everything. You just see everything when it's all glammed up and it looks perfect, and they post that, and you're looking at this from wherever you are in your life or mentally, wherever you're at, and you're like, I'm never gonna get here. How am I gonna get here? This almost looks perfect or impossible. Like, how does she look like this? How is she making this happen? But she's not telling you, hey, I just got super cute right now, stuck my stomach in, made everything look perfect, did this video for you and put it on here. This isn't, once I like end this recording, this is not real anymore. And I feel like when we're looking at this through the screen, we don't get to see that. And like I said, I've struggled with that. I know there's a lot of people out there that struggle with that.
I feel twofold about that. I mean, I do feel like we are actually starting to see more health influencers that's talking about that being healthy is just not a certain shape and size, which I feel like within the last few years has been helpful. I was just watching something on TikTok the other day about this young lady who does not fit the bill, but she definitely preached like healthy lifestyle, working out and stuff like that. So I feel like that's a good thing. However, there are still some influencers who are not totally honest, because a lot of health and fitness influencers a lot of times are using, like, we're in this age of Ozempic and things like that. I'm watching the Kardashians. I'm a person that watches a lot of stuff on TV, like, you know, and they openly spoke about different things that they use, even though they're very healthy and work out. A lot of people are not talking about the other things that go with it sometimes, as just working out and anything like that.
But there are really positive influencers. There are some influencers out here who are giving you the negative with the positive and showing you the real. It's like, hey, today was really, really hard for me. I didn't feel like recording. This is what I look like, and this is the real me. This is it, and I don't look perfect every day. So it's a negative and positive. I do not like the negative side of it, though. I really don't like that influencers try to create this perfect picture and just act like they're navigating through the world and everything is just a breeze, because it's not real life.
But like, I mean, I think it kind of goes back to, you know, what I was saying about these different, some of these supplements are very healthy. Some of it is a temporary fix. And so a lot of times it's almost like, you know, again, I go back to feeling like we are definitely a healthier set of people now because we know better. When you know better, you do better. However, I do feel like it's a lot of quick fix stuff. So
if you're not following somebody who is personally open, and a lot of girls, some influencers are, but a lot of like celebrities aren't that open when it comes to eating disorders, let alone mental health issues. Mental health has been a little bit more, since 2020, as something that's a little bit more acceptable, but eating disorders still to this day aren't really something that people fully talk about or disclose. But I just say, if you suspect that you might be having one or developing one, try to seek help in any way that you can. That way you know the proper ways to go about it, and you don't continue to reward the bad behavior of what you're doing to your body, because it can have way more damage in the long run. And I was blessed enough to not be in a more severe case of anorexia when I did find out, because I could have ended up in a retreat for about 6 months or even longer trying to get recovery on a liquid diet because I'd taken my body to that state. So it's always better to, when you see things starting to not feel completely all right and you're trying to change your body, reevaluate.
The main point there is eating healthy is important, exercise is important, but when you take that health to a place where you begin to be dizzy, you begin to be tired and fatigued, you begin to become obsessed with how much you're getting in, then it becomes a problem and needs to be looked into, just to make sure that you are staying on the healthy side and not on the eating disorder side.